This lesson is on using checkboxes in an HTML form and then processing them with PHP. So take a look at the form here. I have 3 checkboxes defined: BA, MA, and PhD, representing degrees that someone might have received. None of them are checked. That's the way I chose to do it. I could have had some checked by default. In this case, I left them all blank. So I put my name in, Steve, and then I check all 3 boxes and hit the submit button. So it says, okay, these are the degrees you've earned: BA, MA, PhD. Let's go back and look at the code for a second. All right, you see, as we've had before, my name in an input field, type equals text, first name, and here's what a checkbox input type looks like. Input type equals checkbox. They're all checkboxes, all 3 of them. Each one of these, though, unlike a radio button, they have to have different names: BA, MA, PhD. I gave that as their name, and I also gave that as their value. Didn't have to. These can be different, but I just chose to keep them the same, as well as I'm displaying the same information to the user. This comes after the right angle bracket, and that's what the user sees. And I put that after. I could have put this before the checkbox. I could arrange the checkboxes all on one line. You can format the web page any way you'd like to. This is just what I chose to do in this case. Now, I'm going to go back to the form and show you an error. We haven't seen errors yet. I'm going to uncheck the MA and hit Submit Information. This is the first time you've seen an error message. It says that there's an undefined index, MA, on line 17. Let's go look at that. The error is not in the HTML file. The error would be in the PHP file that was being processed. So let's go to that. So here's line 17. Well, I'm not doing much here. I'm just doing a $1 post to try to get the MA value. But because I didn't check it, it isn't really fully set, is the term they use. So one of the ways around this is to check its setness, so to speak, with an if statement. Now, we haven't covered if statements yet, and we're going to. But I'm going to go ahead and borrow some code here. Actually, I'll go ahead and borrow this code. This was commented out, and I'll do it with the PhD field instead. So what I'm going to do is line this up. It's always good to indent your code so things line up well. And I'm going to run this again. This time I won't check the PhD button. Click the MA, unclick the PhD button, click the Submit button, and I see I have BA, MA, and I had no error this time, like I had when I didn't check the MA button. Let's go back to the code again for a second. Notice I ran this isSet function on the value that came back from the post array for PhD. When I didn't select anything, it was unset. Now, when it's unset, I need to set it to something. And what I did is I took an else clause here, and I set the PhD variable to be just an empty string. So it would be equal to something. It wouldn't be undefined, so to speak. When it is set, in other words, I selected it, then what's in $PhD will be the word PhD, because that was the value of the element that I originally specified. Let's go back and look at the code again. PhD name, the value was PhD. So if I wanted this to work properly in all cases, I would have to do this kind of code for this value and this value as well, because the goal of a checkbox is I should be able to check none, one, or all, or any combination in between to get this to work. Let's go ahead and try this with the MA and the BA as well. So there's the MA. And now for the BA. Don't worry if you don't fully understand the if code right now. We will be covering that in detail. I'm lining things up again. You'll see how important that is in debugging as we move along. Okay, I've saved that. I'm going to run this one more time. I'm going to refresh. I deselected all of them. Click Submit. Okay, says I haven't earned any degrees. Go back. Works with a BA. Now, it wouldn't make much sense to get a BA and then go to a PhD, but let's see. In this scenario, you're able to do it because that's the nature of a checkbox. That concludes this lesson on checkboxes.